Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, from whichever part of the world you are watching. Today is going to be an amazing session with Dr. Mickey Mehta. Before I introduce him, I would like to introduce myself a little bit for people who've not seen me first. So, this is Gemini Dhar. Welcome to the Take Charge Gemini Dhar show. My mission in life is to make women financially stronger, to work with women entrepreneurs, to give them the ability, the strength to take their own decisions, whether it is in the field of health, wealth, or any part of their life. And in that journey, I derive this show where I bring in amazing personalities who have got as much experience as my life. So I'm going to be 50 in July, and I have an individual who has done his best in the last 50 years in the field. And I'm going to read out his introduction because he cannot be introduced by just a few lines. So hold on with me, Dr. Mickey Mehta. Before you join us, let me just share with my audience what an amazing journey you've had. I'm so overwhelmed and blessed and thankful that you've agreed to be on my show. So I'm going to read out a little bit about Dr. Mickey Mehta. He's an honorary double doctorate in holistic health and life sciences from the Open International University of Complementary Medicines. Dr. Mickey Mehta was awarded the Health and Wellness Icon Award of India by Economic Times and is among the 100 most impactful wellness leaders of the world. Announced Announced at the Global Wellness Conclave, Dr. Mickey Mehta has been the recipient of the Fit and Fab Global Spa Award 2019 as the pioneer of holistic health and wellness in India. Wokhart Foundation felicitate Dr. Mickey Mehta for his commendable work during the lockdown as a corona warrior. He truly is a warrior. I have seen his work. He's an author of the best-selling book He's an author of the selling book Shunyam Quotient and Lose Weight, Gain Shape. How many of you want to lose weight? I think there are a lot of people in the audience today. He's been a speaker at the Harvard University, IMS, and IIT, and held holistic health. Oh my God, the list goes on. He has been in this trade for 50 years and he has been making a huge impact in the industry. So, I'm going to share a quick 1 minute story about my journey with Dr. Mickey Mehta. When I was a teenager in Mithai College, I wanted to learn swimming. And that time, there was no social media and there was no awareness about all these things. There was only one name on top of the list across Mumbai, and that was Dr. Mickey Mehta. I came from a very conservative and a humble family. I never had the courage to tell my mom that I want to learn from him. Little did I know that many years later, when I get into the field of contribution and coaching, I will meet him. So I met him at one of Shaina NC's yoga, by the way, and I see this gentleman, full of energy and, giving some amazing health, strategies. And we did yoga with him. So I had the opportunity to meet him many, many years after I had dreamt of meeting him. And today, one more dream comes true. He comes onto my show to share his journey with my audience. So I am so humbled and I'm so thrilled to welcome you, Dr. Mickey Mehta. The stage is all yours. Tell us how you feel and how is 2021 treating you?
So you spoke about your childhood. Now let me speak about my childhood.
Of
That
course.
as children we used to go to one circus only, and that is Gemini Circus. And your name is Gemini. Okay, it's a small world. Nevertheless, Gemini, I don't remember your face while you were a child, but it's good to meet you again. Thank you for making it public how old I am. But any which way, I have no qualms about it. I wear it on my sleeve. So stepping into 60 is going to be a great fun for me this August. And I'm proud, but not arrogant for sure. And I'm very happy doing this because I don't know, maybe 60 more years, 100 more years, as many I want to live, I will live. And it started certainly, as you said, 50 years back. I wanted to get physically very strong and fit. I didn't have a concept of yoga in my mind at that time. Neither I had heard of a terminology called yoga. All right. So all I saw was my two cousins that they were black belts in karate and they were like strong and used to work out very hard. And I was this 8-year-old, and I told my mom that I want to I want to join a gym. So my mom said, okay, go and join a gym because buying equipment for you at home is not happening. My mom and dad were both 150, 200 rupees a month salary. You can well imagine this, exactly I'm talking about 50, 51 years back.
Right.
So then she said, okay, then, somebody told me to go to a YMCA at Leamington Road. We used to live at Grant Road. So I went there and they said, you're a child, you cannot do weightlifting and certainly cannot join this gym. It's only for 18 and above. There was a little bit of dejection. And I said, okay. So then they said, why don't you buy some equipment at home? I came back and told my mom that, why don't we buy something at home? She's saying that we can ill afford this because with this salary. So she said, why don't you do one thing? Your sister is doing such good yoga. My sister used to go to JB Patel school and she used to do yoga before me and it never caught my fancy ever. And then I said, okay. So then I started doing that. And then alongside, whatever I remembered seeing my cousins do without equipment, I did it. And I literally invented a lot of exercises without equipment at the age
Wow.
of 9, 10, 11, and which many of them I launched when I was 30, 25, 30, etc. So the memories of that, the unfolding, the evolutionary process, the revolutionary process of being and becoming and growing, and no formal education on that.
True.
If you like, it would be so stupid to go and ask BKS Angerji, do you have a yoga certificate? Are you qualified? It would be so stupid to ask Baba Ramdev ji. It
Right.
would be so stupid to ask Dhirubhai Ambani ji that did you go to any business school?
True.
So, I mean, I'm blessed to be a part of a similar journey. These are the analogies I gave you so that you understand where I'm coming from. I learned from this universe. I
Whoa.
learned from very many Dronacharyas. As the Ekalavya sitting somewhere quietly and picking up all their inspiration from the various works. So audios became very popular in early 90s. Videos became very popular, DVDs became very popular in mid 90s, and of course thereafter social media and everything. So there's a lot of learning happening even today. Even today I learn a lot and I
So, Doctor,
continue to learn.
yeah, a little commercial question over here because you have been in the industry and you know the kind of challenges uh, fitness individuals face. A lot of people who are keen about fitness have already messaged me, wow, wow, when they saw that you are coming on the show because you are such an inspiration to a lot of them. Now they are into this field of yoga, fitness, and now there are millions of people. I will not say hundreds, there will be millions of people who are doing the same thing in the comfort of their home. Now, when they take it up as a profession, when they want to earn money and support their family, they go through the challenge of convincing people to pay them. They go through the challenge of taking fit people to an outcome. They give them good strategies, but they are not able to give them the outcome. What is it that you do in a different way that a lot of people can understand that when you are in the fitness industry, these are some things that you have to give to your client so that your client keeps coming back to you or gets the maximum benefit with when they invest with you.
Now, Gemini, let's take this away from business for a moment,
Right.
being self-employed, and
Right.
let's take this to apply this to general in life.
Correct.
You want to convince anybody, put your heart and soul into your conviction and
Yes.
speak your lines. They will break open any doors of the heart and you'll be there. There's no
Totally.
working hard to convince. So if
Right.
you know your subject, your domain subject expertise, your domain expertise, it's called subject matter expertise. If you are there and you must just say, what do you want? I'll give you
Correct.
whatever you want. Give me time, patience, and sincerity. I'll deliver the moon to you, the earth to you, the sun to you. You actually have to mean it. You don't have to fib. I mean, how that you would do it, sometimes you could figure later. But just that your intention is in place, that you want to do it for your client, that is good enough. If only
Wow.
the client is very stupid to analyze and unnecessarily get into the rationale, oh, this is not so possible. Of course, it may not be possible. The very fact that samne wala baith ke bol raha hai, you don't worry, we'll fix it.
Right.
Even without knowing the mechanics and the tools of fixing it. Because that he will figure later. What he's figured now is his meaningful commitment and dedication towards you. And he's
Lovely.
committing. Now that changes the landscape. And anybody would grab you and say, wow, let's do it.
So this is $1 million understanding. If anybody in the audience is understanding what he is saying, I think all of you did understand. But Dr. Miti, I wanted to share one thing that when I work with my clients, I've got 8 years of experience. I'm not as good as like 30, 40 years into the coaching industry. But with my business backing and my this, I have this conviction to tell my client, where do you want to go? I do the same thing when I speak to women hunters. I said, where are you just now? You're here. You want to go there? Are you ready to put in the effort? I'm there to take you there. So I was feeling, thank God, I'm doing something right, because I'm looking at you with a lot of hope and inspiration today because what you have achieved is not like maybe it happened over a period of time, but tell us about the challenges you faced, and we will just talk about this for 5 more minutes, and then you need to just give us the right things we need to do in 2021 to stay fit mentally, physically, and emotionally. So tell us some of the challenges. Did you ever feel like giving up on your journey? Was it difficult for you, or
No.
it all fell into place?
Uh, I certainly cannot say everything was so easy and rosy, but I certainly can say that nature sees your sincerity.
Yeah,
And if it sees it through well, it will not make it as difficult that you break.
cool.
It will not make it as difficult that you give up because your initial seed of sincerity is there.
Right.
Once your seed of sincerity is in the ground of your performance or ground of your devotion, it will certainly bear fruits, flowers, which will become fragrant and sweet.
Wow. And after 50 years in this trade, what's the bigger picture? I mean, do you have visions? Do you have goals? Do you have plans to, because 50 years is a wow. I mean, I would love to have that label behind me that I have got that much experience. I would be on top of the cloud nine. So what is it that you are looking for future? What is it the future that you are planning? How big do you want to go? How many people do you want to reach out? Or what is it that you want to do?
There was a time when there was a big megalomania in me, wanted like, you know, everything best and everything so good and everything so big. But I think in today's time and journey, one evolves and years to ground reality. That's very important. Your vision could be anywhere. The imagination could drive you where. But
Yeah,
your current standpoint today with years to the ground reality today. Because
true.
your tomorrow will come out of your today.
100%.
Calibrating your approach is very important. You certainly have a right. But in today's day, I certainly don't have any desire to have a private jet or a private yacht. If it happens by the virtue of work, which if my business translates into prosperity, where after doing adequate charity and philanthropy, I believe I can have this, I would probably.
Superb, superb.
But but earlier, as a kid coming from a lower middle class family, one always wanted a Rolex watch. One always wanted one Mercedes Benz car. These were your landmark accomplishments and your acquisitions, aspirations.
Yeah,
So I think having gone through all that and lost it also, and again regaining it back, it doesn't mean anything else now.
true,
Now,
true.
what means as you grow and evolve, how many people I can make smile? How many
Correct.
people's heart I can fill up with joy and the joy of health, healing, and wellness? How many
Superb.
human lives I can touch through social media and digital today? How many hearts can be healed? How many minds can be healed? How many physiologies and biologies can be transformed? How can this earth become a throbbing place, radiating and vibrating place only with health, healing, sweetness, and fragrance? How can all humans live in harmony? How can all humans one day have enough to eat, roof over their head, enough medicines to go by, every human to be disease free, wellness to be the religion number one? So, this is what my aspiration would be now.
Awesome. Super awesome. I think I'm going to sit down and jot down every question that you have asked because a lot of them resonated with me. I'm almost emotional, listening to that because I have a journey where I have gone through some ups and downs, okay, that everybody goes. However, what you make out of that and how much people you can impact on a larger scale, that's amazing. So let's do it, Dr. Mickey Mehta. Share with us what can we do to stay strong in 2021 in spite of the pandemic. What are the things should be our daily routine? How would you want each and every individual today, whether he's a working person, teenager, 60-year-old, or a 20-year-old, what and how should our lifestyle be? Please share with us. I'm going to give the stage to you. You can just
Yeah, yeah.
take the best, just share whatever you would, it can make an impact on them.
I think I should start with bare basics towards health, immunity, lifestyle. Given the current situation that mankind is in, we have brought this upon ourselves.
Yes,
We have two environments which can become one environment: is your inner environment and your outer environment.
correct.
If both these environments are equally taken care of, kept clean, kept vibrant with energy, and are nourished with the elements of life, clean food, green food, clean hydration, vital hydration, lots of deep breaths, lots of sunshine, lots of good sounds, lots of visions, sounds of the waves, sounds of the birds chirping, sounds of the breeze, okay? And beautiful natural visions, dark starlit skies, full moons, okay? Moonless nights, and blue skies, white clouds, deep, deep green lawns, wherever you see infinity and eternity, that translate into you as peace, joy, harmony, and
And
that
abundance.
uplift you, and they uplift your moods, and they also trigger a lot of flora, fauna in you. They trigger a lot of energy fountains. So these natural stimulants of Pancha Mahabhuta or Pancha Tattva, they literally transform the behavior of your endocrine. They stimulate your endocrine to give you the best hormones available for the harmony of hormones, for your chemistry to get coincided or synchronized with the cosmic chemistry. Because the
True.
cosmic chemistry is constantly wants to give you all the energy. And then once again we come back to bare basics is sattvic bhojan for sattva gun, for creativity, for productivity. Then we secondly we go into yoga for sattvic thoughts, words, deeds, attitude, creativity. Then we get into mingling with elements, soaking ourselves deep into sunlight, thermogenesis happening, thermodynamics happening, and serotonin flowing into you, creativity happening, inspiration happening, so many good things happening. Then we can talk about rest when you are healed in your biology, when you're healed in your body, and then in turn you heal in your mind and spirit. So
Wow.
meaningful rest, so yoga nidra, meditation. Then how with the vibrations of chanting you can uplift your moods and have inner confidence, inner joy, inner equanimity. And how can you charge up the environment with the power of words, prayers, and shlokas? So that
Correct.
sound falling on your ears literally change the behavior of your DNA, your genes. Can you
Wow.
imagine, Gemini, if somebody would tell you that, Gemini, you're a wonderful lady, you're an adorable lady, you're a respect-worthy lady. These words, when they fall onto your ears, there is a chemical transformation byproduct of this.
100%. I agree. Totally.
When your mother tells you that I love you very much, when your child comes and hugs you, so embracing the universe, embracing, I would say, the cosmic nutrients. So cosmic nutrients are very important. Cosmic nutrition is very important. And then, of course, a good massage, a good walk, and good spoken words, appreciating people, giving, forgiving, all these things put together translate into health and healing. So
Correct.
these are all healing processes which translate into a state called health. So these are the conditions of healing which translate into a subsequent byproduct which we call health, which becomes a state. Therein you get the immunity. Therein you get your high, vibrant, high octane energy. Therein where you get your equanimity of your mind, when you learn to still your mind with meditation, calming yourself, doing nothing, simply being, simply breathing, simply getting the rhythm of breath, heart, lungs together. One who flows in breath will flow in heart, and one who flows in heart and breath will be in rhythm and harmony with the nature. So your unit rhythm will be synchronized with the unity rhythm, and this synchronization brings health and harmony between two environments. And when these two environments become one, you are said to be in a state of homeostasis, which is absolute immunity, No disease can ever touch you. The life of COVID is not more than 14 days. Human evolution has seen 14.8 billion years of experience. So we have experienced every germ, every bacteria, every virus known, unknown till date, and our body knows how to respond and survive, subject to, provided you've led a very righteous life.
Okay.
Righteous life will never make you succumb or be a vulnerable host to any disease. Only a
Correct.
human has the potential to rise above gods, fall below animals. A human can become a Christ Krishna, Muhammad Buddha, Muhammad Mahadev, Buddha Zarathustra. So you have the seed within you to rise above gods. Why should we fall below animals living an instinctive life where we have the other end of the rope to take us high up in the sky for super consciousness? So I'm not saying disconnect from instincts, but I'm
Yes,
saying distance yourself from instinct.
true.
No
That
disconnect.
that is so
It's,
vast, and actually it's the gist of everything that any individual needs in today's times. Now,
hmm.
speaking of health, what about the people who have not been on this path and now suddenly are on a roadblock? They don't know whether to break through or just give up. So there are a lot of people who are living out of fear and anxiety in spite of not having the virus. So, when you walk out of your house, even to meet a doctor or a vaccination or anything, that constant corona, infection, positive, and every day there are news coming in of people, giving up their lives for lack of amenities or health, or there are a lot of youngsters also. We get a lot of news every day, and I do this. I mentally prime myself so that I can keep my distance, and I can do whatever I can to help people rather than feel sorry about it. What would you suggest to people who have already got into the situation, and what can
So,
they
yeah,
do?
so let me tell you that if a completely straight, righteous, and honest person would be summoned to court, he will walk there with full confidence, knowing that he'll come back.
Correct.
Similarly, if you've lived your life very righteously towards your wellness and fitness, you will never worry. You will not. I don't think about COVID at all. I don't
Correct.
discuss COVID with anybody. When you put a lot of attention to something, it becomes stronger on you. Why do you
Correct.
want to put a lot of attention and give so much energy to it? Humans have given so much energy to it and it has made it a monster. And the monster will bubble you down, certainly. So, fear, anxiety, despair, negativity will certainly compromise, because then your physiological state gets compromised. You can influence negatively. In a fearful state, your body functions are restricted, constricted. Blood flow to the stomach is completely restricted. The fight and flight system is switched on. Immunity is shut off. So whenever fight flight is switched on, immunity gets shut down.
Wow.
And you
Okay.
get compromised. And once you get compromised, you make a big palace for COVID to come and live inside
So it's in Hindi they say
and
"आ
rule over
बैल
you.
मुझे मार." In Hindi they say "आ बैल मुझे मार." It's like come hit me. So I
Yeah.
understand what you're saying, and you know what? What I do is I start reading when I'm very disturbed or when I'm very little bit in that fear state. I start reading, and the worst thing they can do is Google. You can Google out the symptoms and read about remedies. But what I do is I take on to my kids' books, or I take on to a like amazing piece of work of somebody who's so I wanted to know that what is it that we can find in your books. I've heard so much about it. I've yet to get the hands on the book because I've just ordered it. So could you share a little bit about your journey about writing both your books, and of course they are bestsellers and they are something that people look forward to, but hearing from the master himself, what is it that put that what is it that you have thought about conveying to your audience through your books, and how can it be a great read for me?
So this is the Shunyam quotient.
Okay,
And the
lovely.
Shunyam quotient is all about mind medicine,
Okay,
spiritual medicine, soul medicine. So with mind medicine, soul medicine, I've done dozens of webinars on mind is medicine, meditation is medicine. How your state of being can become medicinal in nature for you.
right.
How it can become a trigger for transformation. So the Shunyam quotient is all about how you can reorient yourself mentally, and your scattered, staggered pieces of your mind could be put together as one piece, one canvas, one fabric. So pieces, Pieces, when put together become Peace.
Wow.
Yes, yeah. So that becomes medicinal. So pausing, stopping, withdrawing, calming down, allowing yourself to be, being, and then becoming. When you're deep into being, that's a reset button for restoring everything about you. So rhythmic breath is very, very important. Slow rhythmic breath. Being in the flow and rhythm is established thereafter. Shutting your eyes is one more great method, allowing the thoughts, the frequency, and the speed to settle down. They will still come into the sky of your, into the sky of your mind, but they will slow down. They will lessen because the eyes give you and spin so many perceptions. Cut the theater of the mind by cutting the screen of the eyes, and you will
Wow.
be cut off from the illusions. Once you're cut off from the illusions which is created by the sight, you will begin to have visions which are clear. It will give confusions will give rise to clarity. Okay, complexities will give, and the state of flux will give rise to vision. The quality of your understanding, perceptions, and your profundities of perspectives will change.
Wow.
You will begin to see and understand deeper realities. You will start seeing bigger and more wholesome pictures than seeing things in parts. You will stop being judgmental because you will understand the deepest reality of everything that is change. And you will understand the imperfectness of this world, and you will stop judging and stop opinionating. So all these things will happen. Then we've given things to do in Shunyam Koshan, like smelling of flowers, listening to the chirping of the birds, seeing trees, rolling in the grass, experiencing the taste of fruits in your mouth very slowly, hugging people, experiencing love, joy, taking showers, using sunshine, full moon. So all those things are there, and it's a
Lovely.
perfect Bible for mental illness, mental wellness, spiritual upliftment, consciousness, awareness. If you want to become a mental super being, you want to become a
Wow.
leader, this is the book for you. My second book is Lose Weight, Gain Shape. This book primarily is on immunity. It is about as you lose weight, you don't lose health. Your health quotient goes up. So it's a 28-day program where I have spoken about 4 weeks of perfect exercise program inside, 4 weeks of nutrition inside, 4 weeks of meditation and chanting inside, Vedic yogic philosophies inside. Third book is going to be Immunity Plus, Immunity for Humanity with Sanjeev Kapoor as my co-host, and
Wow.
he's a god of culinary arts. He's a god of food business worldwide. He's the biggest global brand on food. He's a very dear friend, my brother, and that's my third book, which will be out in the month of June or July. Then my fourth book is being written on curd karma.
Ah,
Curd karma is about the way a yogurt mechanics works, how nature works. When things don't happen with your doing, leave them alone, let nature do. So when you take a curd melawni, put milk into it, churn it, and you put it in the dark, you leave it for 12 hours, you will get the curd. If you put
wow. This is
chammach
so
every one
interesting.
hour, if you put chammach every 1 hour to see what's happening, your curd will never form.
Correct.
If you want the curd of your life to form, many a times let go. So
Wow.
the philosophy of yoga is letting be, letting go.
That was the most difficult part of my life
The
because I
magical,
went through,
it's magic.
yeah, Dr. Mickey, I have been through a lot, personal relationship wise. I messed up my total relationship and I take responsibility for it.
But why don't
But
you go back and build it again?
the
Why?
thing is the let go
Letting
part
go.
was
I
the most
understand.
difficult. Yes, the letting go part was the most difficult for me. And when I did let go, I mean, I cannot express in words how beautiful it was. It was so good for
It
me.
is
Forget about
certainly.
anything else. So I really value what you're saying, and I think I have an encyclopedia of understanding when I'm listening to you. It's so amazing. I wanted you to share that you've spoken at Harvard University. You've got this awards and rewards. what, how did it feel being on the Harvard platform, and where can we contact you, and how do we connect with you more in depth to learn more from you, because a lot of people have already been so smitten by your work, and they have really admired you, and they've seen transformation. My family itself is a part of your gym in town. I don't remember the name of the institution, but they keep coming to your gym, and you have this non AC, you have a different kind of workout that you give them. And my family, my sister's family, has been associated with you for many years now. So I just wanted to know, how can we take this further? First, about your experience of speaking at Harvard, and then about how we can connect with you. What is it that I can start doing from just now, that I become more Mickeymized? I get that craze of Mickeymized.
So I'll tell you, my whole Harvard high was slightly punctured because Shashi Tharoor was just before me. So he took away all the applause. Plus, half the auditorium got empty because when he walked up, people walked out with him.
Oh,
But fortunately, I got a lot of time later. People came back and settled, and I could my admission. So it was a great evening. So people like Madhwan, they were there. Then Vandana Luthra was there. Manish Malhotra was there. We were all there from India. There were very many people from abroad also. It was a great experience, great high to stand, of course, in the Harvard Hall of Fame
yes.
and speak there. So, if there's anything that you want in life, work towards deserving it. Everything that you deserve will be served.
True.
It will happen.
You
It
make it sound
is
so
seriously
simple.
simple. It
I
is
think
seriously simple.
yeah, the amount of emotional and inner well-being that you are exhibiting through your words, doctor, is so visible, so easy. You make it feel like effortless, because I don't think you are struggling in any part of belief. Your beliefs are so strong about your work and your achievements, and your mission, that everything looks effortless to me. I work on belief systems a lot, and I am learning so much from this interview. It's like a blessing in disguise. I didn't know I'm going to learn so much. I thought I'm going to hear a lot about your name and your fame and your achievements. But what you're giving us is true wisdom, that if when 10% implemented from today, can work wonders. So, what can
One
I
sec,
do?
just
Yeah,
one belief, one sec. So, beliefs should never be strong. Your beliefs should
really?
be clear, full of conviction.
Right.
If your beliefs are clear with conviction, that is the time your beliefs translate into your reality.
Okay.
And there is a new science called the biology of belief, which means if you believe that you're well and you're going to be well and you will remain well and perpetuate and reverberate in wellness, COVID will never integrate, never, never percolate, it will never proliferate, it will never incubate. But your belief should be very clear and your conviction should be at an all time high. Because
Correct.
then that impression on your DNA and genes will make them behave in a way that they create a superfine shield of immunity with all the T cells, B cells, everything there in place, alert, not caught napping. If your beliefs are not in place and they are not clear, you will be caught napping, and COVID loves that.
So my next question is, how do I do it? If I want to do it with you, will you guide me? How can I learn from you? That's what my next question is to you.
You simply have to call me and go through my consultation packages.
Okay.
I'm just joking.
Amazing. No,
I mean,
I
certainly, no, I would be there for any help that you need over a phone call. But yes, I mean, these days I'm doing a lot of corporate work. I'm working with government. I'm working with the Fit India movement. I'm working with more than 25 corporates. I'm working with, since the lockdown, 18 months today, I'm working with at least 100 individuals for the immunity, of
wow.
which 50 families, and much more. So yeah, I'm doing one-on-one customized programs on immunity, on age reversal, on ailment reversal, on senior citizen longevity, immunity, mobility, and many such programs. Many, many such.
So how do we contact you, Dr. Mickey, if my audience wants to
You
connect with
have my
you?
number.
Okay, so I should share your
Okay.
number. I think you will get
You can
1,000
you
calls.
can share my number, strictly WhatsApp only for people who want consultation. And
Sure.
of course, I will call them back. The best time to call me is after 11:30, 12. Sorry,
Right.
message me after
Okay.
12:30 better, and breathe down my throat till I message back. Yeah, and I will
So,
certainly respond. You can write to me on my social media pages also,
yeah.
and that's it. We can take it forward. God willing, अगर किसी चीज को पूरी दिल से चाहो, पूरे दिल से चाहो, तो सारी कायनात लग जाती है
मुझे नहीं
उसे
पता
हासिल
था
करने में।
इतने साल पहले मैंने इतने दिल से चाहा था कि आई विल हैव अ वन टू वन कॉन्वर्सेशन विथ यू दैट आल्सो फॉर 45 मिनट्स सो आई एम ब्लेस्ड आई थिंक समवेयर इन माय at the back of my mind I have got this because I got to meet you twice, I got to share the stage with you, I got to be connected with you, and you know what, every time you meet an amazing human being, the person's personality rubs onto you because you are a sum total of the people you are around with. So I think the more I'm getting passionate about fitness, I don't want to declare my goals because people will laugh at me and my muscle strength is so weak at the moment. However, I look for an amazing physique, I look for an amazing healthy body, and I know it starts from the mind. So already started working on it from last couple of months, and today I get to speak to you, and it really fuels my decision to do so. So, can you share, while we have the time with my audience, what are the small things they can do on daily basis, which will help them get better in this journey? And probably by the time they decide to connect with you, they can start doing something which will help them in this 2021.
Even before you connect with me, be very optimistic in life. That life could be made into a garden or an orchard. It's in your hands. Be extremely optimistic, because optimism is what, the magic of optimism is what will change the landscape of your life. So that is number one. Number two, uh, trying to sleep early, trying to wake up early, trying to go to the balconies and windows and take a lot of sun, deep breathe, and do exercise every day. Okay, the ones you like, the ones convenient to you. Eat very clean, green food, and don't overeat. Hydrate yourself with vital juices, kadas, herbal teas, and herbs, coconut water, vegetable juices, whole fruit juices, but eat your juices. Sleep very, very well. Do a lot of meditation. Do a lot of prayer. Believe in yourself. Believe in the higher selves. Recognize the strengths of the divine forces, and miracles will happen every moment, not just with your health, but with every walk of your life.
So there are a set of people who keep on falling ill again and again. They come out of one illness, they get into another, they come out one another. So I wanted you to share a little bit about the mindset that attracts illness. Also, it is the mind only that first you think about healing yourself and then you do actions towards healing yourself. So I believe that everything ferments at the mind level. Whether it is something great or something which is a little bit more. So there are a lot of people going through kidney problems, liver problems, this problem. They're already into a health issue, and now with this pandemic hitting, they're even more. You can say vulnerable to the disease because already their immunity is at compromise. So what and how do you feel yoga can work, and how much time does it take for an individual to come out of a particular health condition and start becoming fitter? Does it take months of exercising, months of changing their mindset, or what? How do you start, and how much time
Everything,
can it take?
everything is very instant. Everything starts with self love.
Okay.
Everything starts with regard for yourself, and that you have to be a responsible citizen on this earth. And your health and your wellness will help you serve and our others better. You'll be able to accomplish all your purposes of life, which we are born for. We are not just born to procreate, eat, drink, and die. We are born to contribute, add value. So for that, if you are inspired and driven by that, you certainly will want to start now.
Okay.
Philosophy of Now, The Power of Now. The book by Eckhart Tolle, The Power of Now. It's a very powerful book. But yes, this book will serve the purpose. The Shunyam quotient, if you want,
Yes.
enjoy it. It will. So these two books, if you order, it will give you everything you need for nutrition, mind, spirituality, breathing, yoga, exercise, immunity, emotions, psychological imbalances. That's the way to go. So I'm not just saying this to earn 20, 30 bucks out of a book. I'm saying this because these two books have loads of wisdom of thousands of years of mankind. I've picked up the best and filtered it through my prism of knowledge, understanding, and experience and presented to.
So, Dr. Mickey, we just have a couple of minutes more. Would you want to share some success stories of maybe somebody who has completely given up on their health and then they worked with you and they had some amazing results? So, what kind of success stories have? Of course, you must be having thousands and tons of them, but would you pick one or two and share with the audience so that they can relate? Because if I'm going through cold and I do something and I get a result, that really connects me. So, would you like to share a couple of your favorite ones?
So my around 13, 14 years back, my mom was detected with grade 3 or grade 4 cancer, tumor
Okay.
in the stomach. And those days, PET scans were not so advanced. So, nevertheless, we got to know that anyway, surgery is inevitable. Doctor said without surgery, 6 months, very difficult. Then we said, nevertheless, let's do the surgery. Doctor came out halfway and said that there's so much bad inside. It spread so much. I'll have to remove 4 or 5 organs: pancreas, gallbladder, 80% of the stomach,
Oh,
six, almost 6 out of 8 lymph nodes will have to be removed from the periphery of the stomach. I said, go ahead and do it. We'll see. So with faith, me and my sister were waiting outside, 6 hours long surgery, and she survived. And then, of course, chemotherapy, radiation was there. We said we will not do that because she'd die out of that. She was already around 72, 73 then. So we put her on herbs, we put her on breathing, meditation, prayer, yoga, vegetarian diet, and then said the chemo said that if she doesn't take chemo, she will not survive more than 3 months. But now it is 13, 14 years. She does yoga every day. She goes to the temple every day. She cooks her own food. She washes her clothes, and she's alive. Probably
wow,
is
that's
she's probably
phenomenal.
84, 85 today. Yeah.
Lovely. My mother herself is 80 now.
And
Amazing.
after that, I started looking after cancer patients. And wherever doctors didn't give more than 3 months, they've lived for 12 years, 15 years. With me and my team of Ayurveda doctors, physiotherapists, nutritionists. So I work with my own team, very selective team, and we've got 100% results with all those who've given 100% support and
Wow.
100% compliance. There's nothing like an ailment cannot be reversed. Even from the last moment of death, if one just starts taking deep breaths, becoming positive and optimistic, and the right therapies of Ayurveda probably are administered, and if the family support, family prayers are there, there's a 99% chance the person will survive.
Wow.
Not just survive. So we've had patients who are 84, 85, 90, who can barely sit in their bed. We've made them sit, stand, and walk 10 kilometers every day, even at 85, 90. So this is the power. Then we worked with paralytical people. We worked with recovery from knee operations, and we've got wonderful results with yoga, Veda. But everything is very customized. Every individual is a different set of dynamic package.
I
So
understand.
your personality, your character contributes to your diseases. So we need to look into your personality, your character, correct the main switch, and then
Whoa.
work towards a symptomatic correction.
This is such a profound sharing. Thank you so much. This is like amazing. So, quickly, if I get up in the morning, let's say you met Gemini or hundreds of people like Gemini who are very lazy and they do things but on and off, not on a regular basis. And today they decide to get in shape. So, would you want to share your own daily routine? How do you go? How many hours of exercise do you do? How much yoga do you do? What are the things you do to stay where you are today?
So I get up in the hour of 6,
Okay,
6:15, 6:30, whatever, sometimes 6. And if I have work like early morning clients or consulting, I wake up at 5, 5:30 as well. There have been times for months together, I had a client at 5:30, so I used to wake up at 4:30. Sometimes back in days when I used to work at the Oberoi's, I had a 6 o'clock shift. So I used to wake up at 3:34 also.
right.
So and yes, then of course I start with my herbal teas, my sunshine, my breath for breakfast, my ghee, my fruits. then my yoga, my meditation, my prayer, and side by side, there is workout going on, work going on, mails going on, WhatsApp going on, writing work going on. So it's simultaneous. It's like Krishna
Okay.
consciousness. The world is
Right.
simultaneous, the creativity is simultaneous, the productivity is simultaneous. And then,
Yeah.
of course, then my clients, then my meetings with my consultations, then for the future television work that I'm doing with Hotstar and Tata Sky. So planning with that, radio shows, recording my writing work, my new books, my writing my daily philosophies for my social media. All that is an order of the day, and by the time I get home is always 7:38. But I continue working till 11 almost
Okay. And that is the time you retire for bed around 11:30. You go to sleep.
11:30.
Awesome. So that's Dr. Mickey Mehta for us, and I think we can talk to him for many more days because the list of what you can say goodness that he's given us today is of great value. Thank you so much for joining me. We're coming to the end of the show. I would like to thank 10 News for letting me having their platform to
Thank
get
you.
such amazing people there. And Dr. Mickey, we are not going to let go of you. We're going to get in touch with you again soon, connect with you, and hopefully in your schedule you will give us one more appointment sooner or later. So put my name in your list of followers. I'm going to be there forever now. And thank you so much, and truly humbled
Thank you
for
so
you
much.
to come
Bye
and
bye.
share. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.